Welcome to Small Arms Solutions. This is going to be part 4 of a series we're doing on boutique black rifles. Boutique black rifles I define as rifles that I've customized. I've handpicked each individual component to build, what I would consider a massively improved, M4 type carbine, one that's going to have some of the better components throughout the industry. The rifle is manufactured of several manufacturers' components. We're going to take a look at this one right here. Just to start off with, we're going to talk a little about the receiver. The lower receiver is manufactured by Battle Arms Development. This is one of their forged receivers. Extremely high quality. Very nice job done on the engraving, which we're going to take a closer look at in a minute. The upper receiver is based on the Valtor Vis. This is actually the KM9, which is a keyed mod 9-inch. The barrel itself uses a mid-length gas system. But the whole rifle is built off of these two, this upper and lower receiver combination. Battle Arms Development does not offer a upper receiver in this configuration. They do offer the lightweight upper and lower receiver. So the lower receiver was just mated with this with a Valtor. Valtor makes some of the finest components in the industry. This particular receiver, you would look at it, you would think that it was a one-piece upper receiver, but it's actually two. The front is actually brazed on to the front portion of the handguard is brazed on to the upper receiver, which is an extremely strong upper and lower receiver combination, and it also makes it so you don't have to worry about any licensing issues for as far as the one piece upper is concerned. We're going to take a closer look at this rifle now. Looking at the stock, this is my favorite Valtor mod stock. You also can see you have the numbers. This is actually a 5-position stock, rather than the standard 4. You also have the SACE, which is the Valtor manufactured receiver extension plate, which has the eyelet here for use with the sling. This actually is a Magpul sling. Looking at the back in here, you have the pivot pin and the takedown pin. These are the Battle Arms Development enhanced pivot pins. They actually sit up a little bit higher, and on the opposite side, you'll see they have a little bit of an indentation for a bullet tip to be able to push them in and out. These are definitely an improved, rear and front pivot pin. The actual safety is the Badass, or the Battle Arms Development ambidextrous safety system. This has the 45-degree angle pitch on it rather than the full 90. You have the shorter lever on the right and the longer on the left. Of course, if you were left-handed, you could swap those over to have the longer one on the side here. The magazine release is manufactured by Forward Control Design. It's by a gentleman who used to work over at Battle Arms Development, who went out on his own, and he's making some extremely well-made components at the moment. But this is a very nice way that it's actually shaped. It's an excellent magazine release button. We have the Magpul Myad pistol grip here as well. Again, that's one of my staples that I use on all of them. Again, taking a closer look at the Viz system, you can see we have a combination piece here that's actually removable. This actually has the fire cartridge case deflector as well as the forward assist on the side. The bolt we're going to take a look at when we take it out. Looking forward, again, this is a mid-length gas system. As we've spoken on in previous videos, it offers an enhancement in dwell time. It gives the cartridge case more time to contract, allowing for easier extraction. It's much easier on the actual extractor and extractor spring assembly itself. It's definitely a reliability enhancement for as far as I'm concerned. But if you notice, you have a key mod system on here where you can put anything that you want on there. For as far as here, you have just like a grip panel here. You can put on the actual 1913 rail panels or whatever else that you would like. Key mods become very popular in the industry at the moment. As you can see on the bottom, I put a 1913 rail section along with a manta rail. It's much easier to hold with the manta rail on there. This is it's a little bit larger, so I decided against putting a 1913 rail here on the other side, putting on and inserting these manta rails. It just would be a little bit too wide. The barrel I definitely want to talk a little bit about. This is a match barrel manufactured by Faxon Firearms. Faxon Firearms is manufacturing incredible barrels. You're starting to see more and more of them on OEMs. And the company that was known for their their design of the ARAC has turned out to be one heck of a barrel manufacturer. They manufacture probably one of the lightest barrels in the industry for the black rifle, as well as they have regular government profile barrels, and they have this, which is actually a heavy barrel, and you can see the fluting that's on here. This is actually a 1 8-inch rifling twist on it. It has a very, very lightweight gas block, which is also manufactured by Faxon Firearms. Now, when this was installed, what actually we had done was I took a drill and I put a little bit of a dimple in the actual barrel itself, so when you put the Loctite the set screws in, it actually goes into the barrel and will prevent the gas block from moving forward. This rifle will shoot 3/4 inch groups at 100 yards with the Black Hills 77 grain OTM projectile. Extremely accurate barrel. The flash suppressor is actually a Voltor flash suppressor. It's actually a full birdcage flash suppressor. Looking at the front sight, this is the arms folding front sight. It's all metal, regular A2 front sight post. It's very low profile, and it's definitely one of my favorites. It's very durable. It's been in use by the U.S. military, as well as several other militaries. It's an extremely durable design. The rear sight, as you can see, is also manufactured by Arms. Because of the scope being present here, you can't really flip this up, but it has 2 apertures in there for long range and short range, and its adjustments are made from the left side with a dial. The optic on here is actually it's actually called the AR optic system. It's a 3 to 9 power. It's a very inexpensive optic that does a very good job for being inexpensive. It's made by Bushnell. The mount is actually an Aero Precision's lightweight mount that's on there. This scope here, for somebody who doesn't want to go out and spend $1,000 on a scope, these are like 200 and something, I believe. For the price, it's a very, very good scope. The charging handle is manufactured by Voltor as well. It's the Gunfighter series. This is actually an ambidextrous charging handle, which, as you can see from either side, the latches are very, very high profile, so they're very easy to grasp from the left or right hand side. From the side, you have no problem grabbing it from the side. We're going to take a look on the inside of it now. We have a Geisley 2-stage trigger in here. Excellent trigger mechanism as far as its creep and everything. No creep. It's just as smooth can be. Very, very, very nice trigger. You can also see that we have on here the Norgon ambi catch, as well as the Seekins Precision bolt catch, and you can see how that's oversized, and that is it's much easier to use. Take a look at the actual engraving that was done. It's like a 3D engraving that was done by Battle Arms Development. It's really neat the way that they did that. You can also see that same type of engraving over here. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the actual bolt carrier group itself. This bolt carrier group is manufactured by a company called Lantac. It uses the NP3 or the nickel boron type finish. The thing I want you to pay attention to is the actual way that these gas vent holes are done. It's done so the gas will actually vent forward rather than coming straight out. And I will say in shooting this that does make a difference as far as getting gas back in your face. I do think that was an excellent design in doing that. Also, if you take a look at the actual cam pin itself, the cam pin actually is rotated on the side here. That supposedly does less wear on the upper receiver. I can tell you from what few little rounds that I fired in this so far that I don't see any wear really in the inside of the upper receiver at all. The bolt itself is magnetic particle and proof tested, meaning that it's test fired with a 70,000 psi proof cartridge and then magnetic particle inspected to ensure against stress fractures. You also have an interesting centering mechanism in the back here as well. This bolt is also available in .308 Winchester caliber as well for the AR-10 type rifles. But this is definitely, and it has some enhancements on it, to say the least. I haven't shot this suppressed yet, but I'm actually looking forward to shooting this suppressed to see what kind of advantage that this will offer. This rifle is really designed with having a more accurate rifle in mind. This is not a light rifle. This is probably around 10 pounds. But again, none of the rifles that I built as boutique black rifles were really designed with weight being a consideration. They were designed with function and accuracy to be kept in mind. This particular rifle here was built for a little more precision work than the other ones were. With this heavy barrel, accurate heavy barrel, using the proper ammunition. This is definitely a longer range 5.56 rifle. The barrel's free floated, heavy barrel. Again, I do want to mention again that Faxon Firearms probably makes some of the nicest barrels in the industry today. He's really gotten the art of making barrels down to a science, and he sells them at reasonable prices too. They're not overpriced by no means. He manufactures these barrels in 300 blackout, also 308, and I'm sure you'll probably see more coming out from him in the near future. The optic again, this Bushnell 3-9 is a good scope when you don't have a lot of money to spend. It works out very well. The scope mount manufactured by Aero Precision. Again, it's lightweight, manufactured of 775 T6 aircraft aluminum. Battle Arms Development makes some of the most incredible advanced products in the market. They do a hell of a job, and this receiver is definitely one of the examples of it. So again, Gromman's a Riker set. There's not one rifle in the industry that would be like this. This is a complete custom rifle, which is the benefit of being able to build your own rifles. Well, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please click like and please subscribe. Thank you very much.